The traditional fiber and thread available for crochet would be a very fine crochet cotton. This is usually a mercerized, tightly spun thread, which, by its nature, is very strong and unyielding. However, there are so many different types of yarn and fiber on the market these days that you needn't stick to the traditional crochet cotton for hooking with. In fact, some of the other yarns can be easier on your hands than the unforgiving, strong crochet thread. If you want a traditional look without the small scale, try a slightly thicker cotton. This one is more like a 4-ply weight, but is still mercerized and tightly spun, meaning it is smooth to crochet with. This is thicker again, more of a double knit weight, but again great to work with as it's tightly spun and not splitty. A yarn is made up of different plies, and if these are not tightly spun together, your hook can easily slip inside the plies instead of through the stitch, creating snags and a slow hooking process. To test whether a yarn, whether cotton or other fiber, is splitty, gently twist the yarn in the opposite direction to the way it is spun. If the plies quickly and easily fall apart from another, you may cause a problem with snagging as you go. This next yarn demonstrates a loosely plied yarn, which might cause troubles when crocheting. Wool and wool mix yarns, so long as they are not splitty, are just as good as cotton to crochet with. In fact, they can be easier on the hands due to their innate stretchy qualities. However, hairy yarns, such as mohair, should be avoided when you're learning, as the stitches will be hard to make, hard to see, and any mistakes made are hard to pull out as the hairs stick together and mat up. The best yarns should be smooth and have no fancy nups, loops, or slubs, so that it is easy to draw through the stitches with your hook, and so that there is a good stitch definition. When using your yarn, it is a good idea to try to pull the yarn from the center of the ball rather than the outside of it, as this will create a steady ball that will not roll around as you crochet. Sometimes you might buy your yarn in a skein as opposed to a ball. If that is the case, make sure that you wind the skein into a ball before using it, otherwise it'll get knotted and tangled. And the best way to do this is to get someone to hold the loop of yarn while you wind it into a ball. And if you don't have a willing helper handy, then simply place the loop over the back of a chair and unwind it carefully from there. Finally, chunky yarns and hooks are also fine to use when crocheting, but do not fall into the trap of thinking that your first project will be easier and quicker if it is worked in bulky yarn. The movements needed to wield a larger hook are very exaggerated and can wear out your hands more easily. It is far better to practice the basics on a medium weight yarn, like a double knit or Aran worsted weight yarn, where the stitches will be smaller and the hand movements easier to complete.